Stop right now. Stop asking the universe, why me? Because I'm going to tell you exactly what that sounds like. It sounds weak, it looks pathetic, and it is the single most dangerous disease rotting the spine of modern man today. Nobody is coming to save you. No one. Not your mother, not the government, not God sitting on a cloud waiting to fix your little problems. You are on your own, and the sooner that terrifies you into action, the better. You lost your job? Terrible. Your girlfriend left? Heartbreaking. Your business deal collapsed? Devastating. So what did you do? You crawled onto social media, you called your friends, and you spent the next 3 weeks explaining to anyone who would listen just how unfair life has been to you. You wore your suffering like a badge. You built a whole identity around being the guy that bad things happen to. And you know what that makes you? A passenger. A passenger in your own life, sitting in the back seat, crying about the road while someone else drives. Here is the cold, brutal truth that nobody in your life has the guts to tell you. The universe does not care about your feelings, not even a little. The universe is not cruel, it is not kind, it is indifferent. Storms don't apologize for flooding your house. Fire doesn't feel guilty for burning your plans to the ground. Bad things will happen to you, not because you deserve them, not because life is unfair, but because that is simply the nature of existence. Pain is not a punishment, it is a condition of being alive. And here is where everything changes, because the only question that has ever mattered, the only question that separates kings from slaves, warriors from victims, fire from ash, is not, why is this happening to me? The question is, what am I going to do with this? 2,000 years ago, a man sat inside the most powerful empire the world had ever seen. He commanded armies, he controlled nations, he had every luxury, every comfort, every pleasure the ancient world could offer. And instead of growing soft, instead of becoming a spoiled, weak, whining ruler, he sat down every single morning and wrote himself a brutally honest letter, reminding himself that life would be hard, that people would betray him, that fate would strike without warning. That man was Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome and the greatest Stoic philosopher who ever lived. And his secret? He didn't just accept fate, he loved it. This is the concept known as Amor Fati, a Latin phrase meaning love of fate. Forged in Stoic philosophy and hammered into an unbreakable weapon by Friedrich Nietzsche, Amor Fati is not about pretending pain doesn't exist. It is not toxic positivity. It is not putting on a fake smile while your world collapses. It is the radical, ferocious, dangerous decision to look at everything fate throws at you, the suffering, the loss, the humiliation, the failure, and say, I wanted this. I needed this. Come harder. Marcus Aurelius wrote it himself. A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Read that again. Think about what that means. Take a small candle, a tiny, fragile little flame, and throw a pile of trash on it. What happens? It dies, instantly, snuffed out by the very thing it couldn't handle. Now take a bonfire, a roaring, unstoppable, all-consuming bonfire, and throw that same trash into it. What happens? It doesn't die. It burns hotter. The trash becomes fuel. The obstacle becomes the fire. And that is the sick, beautiful joke that the Stoics were laughing at for centuries while the rest of the world suffered. You think betrayal is supposed to destroy you? Throw it in the fire. You think financial collapse is supposed to break you? Throw it in the fire. You think heartbreak, public failure, illness, humiliation, you think any of that was sent to defeat you? It was sent to fuel you. Every single thing fate has ever hurled in your direction was raw material, and the only reason it hurt you is because you treated it like an attack instead of a delivery. Let them betray you. Let the economy crash. Let the relationship end. Let the critics laugh. Let the storm come with everything it has. Because you are not a candle anymore. You are the bonfire. And the bigger the storm, the brighter you burn. So now we reprogram. Right now, today, not tomorrow, not when things calm down, not when life gets easier. Because life will not get easier, it will get harder. The obstacles will get bigger, the losses will get heavier. And that is exactly why you need to install this into your operating system before the next storm hits. Here is the protocol. It is one word, one single, powerful, loaded word that will rewire the way your brain processes disaster. The next time catastrophe lands on your doorstep, and it will, you do not panic, you do not spiral, you do not pick up your phone to complain. You look the problem dead in the eye, you take a breath, and you say one word. Good. Lost your job? Good. You were building someone else's dream anyway. Now go build your own empire. Relationship ended? Good. Now you have every reason to become so physically, mentally, and financially untouchable that you look back at that loss and thank it. Business failed? Good. You just received an education that no university on earth could sell you. Betrayed by a friend? Good. Now you know exactly who deserves a seat at your table. Every single disaster comes with a hidden permission slip. Permission to become someone stronger than the person who walked in. When you practice Amor Fati, when you genuinely, completely, ferociously love your fate, something extraordinary happens. You become undefeatable. Not because nothing bad happens to you. Bad things will always happen. You become undefeatable because bad things stop being threats and start being tools. Every weapon the universe raises against you gets absorbed, converted, and fired back as raw power. You stop fearing the storm. You start needing it. This is not a philosophy for comfortable men. This is not a philosophy for men who are satisfied. This is a philosophy for men who are forged, who have been broken, burned, buried, and who chose in that darkness not to die, but to ignite. Marcus Aurelius chose it on the throne of Rome. Nietzsche chose it in sickness and isolation. Epictetus chose it as a slave. A slave with chains on his wrists chose to love his fate. What's your excuse? Amor Fati. Love the fire and let it forge you.